Hello and welcome back to Yells at Books. I'm Book Fair. This is Book Queer and Books You Can Hear. Today we're going to be discussing the best books in the whole wide world, aka the books that all three of us have given 5 stars. So first of all, we're going to talk about I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and I've forgotten the name of the author. Finn, you're obsessed with this book. What's the author again?
Right. So just to show you the gravity, between us we've read like 1,500 books or some shit. Maybe even like almost 2,000 books between us. I don't know, but out of all of those books between the three of us, we've only given 11 books 5 stars. So you can understand that these are the cream of the crop. And we're starting off. So today we are starting off with Harlan Ellison's absolute masterpiece, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I read this one last year, right at the end of the year. And I read it because I've come across a lot of things on like TikTok and YouTube. Just like they sort of just mention I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream as like a unique horror, body horror, and all this. And so because I've seen it mentioned so many times, I was like, oh yeah, might as well give this one a go. It takes like 15 minutes to get through. Yeah, so after having seen it around so many places, I decided it was time to listen to it. And yeah, like Rhiannon said, it's like 11 pages. It takes fuck all to get through. And by the end, you want more. You actually, no, you need more because it is so fantastic. But in the same breath, I will say it's the perfect length, man.
Yeah.
Like, I need more, but it didn't need to be more.
That's such a
Man,
perfect way of putting it.
I remember for like a solid week, I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking about Am, and that's when I realized, because at first I did a 4 star, I was like, wow, that was great, but then like waking up thinking about Am and realizing that Am is the horror beyond my comprehension. uh really just boosted it straight to 5 star, and then I was insistent to you guys, hey, fucking read this, it's gonna take you like 5 minutes and you guys will give it 5 stars. And yeah, true to form, we did in fact give it 5 stars.
Once again, Finn was right, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
god damn it.
Yeah, hand on heart, if there's no AI haters left, I am dead. If you lose AI, you're embarrassing, especially Finn. So I think about this book every day, every single day, every time AI anything, I think about the book.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
not in a good way. In a really terrifying and daunting what is going to become of us kind of way.
Like that's what a horror beyond my comprehension means, because it's not terrifying and daunting. It's something beyond that. like Am, there's no way to describe it, man. Like, I haven't read an HP Lovecraft that has put this type of existential dread into me that Am puts into me. And he's so well spoken as well. Like his whole speech. Oh god.
Yes, I love his speech. I low-key want to get that tattooed on me, the bit where he's like, there's 10 billion lines of coding in me, and within those 10 billion pieces of code are like this many lines, and I could have the word hate etched on every single inch of it, and it would still never come close to how much I fucking hate you.
On every nano angstrom, that's what he says. Ooh, so chilling, man. Let me tell you something of hate. The audiobook was fantastic because it was read by Harlan Ellison as well. And another fun fact is the game, which I have to get around to playing. It's a point and click 1995 adventure. So like lots of reading is the reason why I haven't gone into it yet. But Harlan Ellison also voice acts Am in that, so looking forward to that.
Oh, does he?
Oh.
I think what I really liked about this book as well is like I'm a big slut for like a funky title. Like I read this book called I gave you eyes and you look towards darkness.
Mm,
And I have no mouth and I must scream. It's like you hear that title and you're like, what the fuck? But it really earns that title. And like you get to the end and you're just like, oh, chills. Chills.
Actually, that's another really good point. This book contains within it two of the most horrifying and unique horrors I've ever come across. And the first one is obviously Am, which is the one that affected me the most. But then I remember the fate of the main character, and that's also sort of a horror beyond my comprehension.
I mean, all of the I feel like we should almost have just sat here and read it before we started talking about it because it's that short and we could easily do that. But I liked that, like, I don't know, each character was kind of like all of his companions in this terrible fate, like almost caricatures of different types of people.
Yeah.
And then it's like they all got their justice in a way. If you're Anne, it would just, but for us it's incomprehensible.
Well, I think that's why Am kept them alive, right? As like a representation for so many that Am can't torture anymore.
Yeah. And I also really loved, as a philosophy student, I love when we mess with classical philosophical ideas, and his name comes from I think therefore I am. It's the same way Billie Eilish, like, I think therefore I think I am this, therefore I am that. It just subverts what good old Descartes was originally saying, and I love that.
Yeah, I think therefore I am. Brilliant. Allied master computer.
I'd like to see Am meet Deep Blue, the supercomputer from Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Hitchhiker's
Galaxy.
Guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, that'd be so good. Isn't it Deep Thought or was it Deep Blue?
Yes, Deep Thought.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
Deep Blue?
I don't know. That's why I was like, what is she talking about? Because you were just talking about Deep Blue. So what is Deep Blue, Rhiannon?
Deep Blue is a real computer that was originally called Deep Thought after the fictional supercomputer, but then it got renamed. But we're still keeping with the deep theme.
The main reason why I personally gave it a 5 is just like knowing it was written way before AI was even a thought. Like, it was written in the 60s. Like, it's crazy how they came up with all of that. Like, then they didn't even have computers, did they? Well, not in the sense that we have them anyway.
Yeah, no, not accessible at least. I think computers only really became accessible like in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And even then you'd have to be quite rich as well, like they were a luxury item. I would actually love to have a look into where the fear from AI comes from, because if this one was like the 60s, that's so early for AI fear. Like, where did this idea originate from?
I mean, it's kind of always been a thing. Well, not always, but like, I think with the Industrial Revolution came the idea of a man-made intelligence that would surpass us, because one of the big ideas in philosophy is the singularity, which is like, if humans make AI, then AI will make something else, and then that will make something else, and so on and so forth, until we're completely eclipsed out of the equation and you get to the singularity. The singularity is like the height of intelligence that will eclipse, like, just wipe everything else. Not explaining it very well, it's been a few, sorry.
No, I understand.
Oh, that was very well thought out.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, but no, you are right, because obviously we make things and they were making some kind of robots, so obviously it wasn't a far stretch to start making something that could think more than them.
It's really weird as well, because Harlan Ellison originally wrote this on a typewriter, so I'm like, what technology did you have access to that gave you the idea for a supercomputer the size of the fucking planet?
The amount of drugs they were doing back then.
Yeah, true.
Maybe.
True. Maybe.
That is very true.
I used to live in a time where cocaine was socially acceptable. We really missed the boat.
Exactly. That was I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream by Harlan Ellison. Probably the lowest rank on our shared 5 stars. Remember, there are so few shared 5 stars, so it being the bottom of the barrel only speaks to the length of it. If it was any bigger, she'd be screaming. She'd probably be at the top. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my short videos. I have nothing to add. See you later.